To the point in verse 28, look at this. Then leaving her water jar, the woman went back to the town and said to the people, "Come see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" And they came out of the town and made their way toward him. So first of all, I want you to understand this. If you're watching online or if you're in this room here today, no matter how bad your life is messed up, you are not too far gone for the love of Jesus to reach into your life. There are no lost cases under the sound of my voice. There are no hopeless causes in this room, watching us online. Regardless of what you've done, regardless of the mistakes that you've made, regardless of the bad decisions that you have made, regardless of the sin that you're stuck in right now, regardless of the bad circumstance that you are in, you are not too far from the reach of Jesus Christ. In fact, nobody is too far from the reach of Jesus Christ. Understand, when I find somebody who is not serving Jesus, I always put the word yet. They don't know the Lord yet. They're not saved yet, because for me, I will not give up on one person while they're still breathing on this earth. There's not one hopeless cause, no matter what you might think, "Oh, Pastor, you don't know. I've made some terrible mistakes. I've done some stupid things. My life is a mess." You're perfect for God right now. He will take you just as you are. We don't clean the car before we go to the car wash. We don't. Don't think you got to get yourself right before you come to the one that can make you right. Jesus is the one that does the miracle. But then look at verse 39. Here we go with influence. You ready? Many of the Samaritans from that town believed in him because of the woman's testimony. Okay, read that again. Many of the Samaritans from that town believed in Jesus because of the woman's testimony. He told me everything I ever did. So when the Samaritans came to him, they urged him to stay with them, and he stayed 2 days. And because of his words, many more became believers. And they said to the woman, "We no longer believe just because of what you said. Now we have heard for ourselves, and we know that this man really is the Savior of the world." The outcast became an influence. The one that everybody rejected was used by Jesus. And do you think that he can't use you? All you got to do is know this. All you got to do is know Jesus and care about the people that are around you. I don't have a degree. Ooh. Not necessary. I've not been through it like a next step type course. I've not been in the church long enough to be. This woman just met Jesus, and an entire city believed in Jesus because of a woman who was an absolute mess. Take a look at this graphic. This will also be on our social media today. You don't have to have your life all together to influence someone for Jesus. You don't. Now, I'm not saying go out and do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. No, I'm not saying that. But if you think you've got to be somehow perfect, you don't. Oh, I got to have the perfect marriage. No, you don't. Well, I got to be eloquent. No, you don't. No, you don't. I still got some hang-ups. There's a lot that Jesus has to do in me. Nowhere do we say that this woman broke up with the guy she was shacking up with. This woman left her water jar at the well and told everyone this could be the Messiah. This man told me everything I ever did. And that's all it took. Could he use you? Again, influence. It doesn't start with a platform. It starts with people. Who did God use? She wasn't an Instagram star. She was not a professional athlete. She was not a pastor or a preacher. She was not a celebrity. She was just a regular, ordinary, everyday, broken, sinful woman who was transformed by Jesus. I'm looking around. I don't see many celebrities in here. But what I'm looking at are some people who were once lost, but now they've been found. Your life was a mess, and now it's not the case anymore. God has transformed you, and He can use you as an influence. So what does that look like? I'm going to close with this. Jonathan, if you can help me out. When you greet somebody on a Sunday, you have no idea how that simple greeting could make a difference. When someone comes into church and you help somebody who may be a little bit nervous, you've become an influence. When you see somebody at the store who needs help and you help them, you've become an influence. When you just listen, not even saying a word, but just listening to somebody, you've become